Shalom. It's how y'all brothers and sisters doing on YouTube? I know I'm far and few with my videos on here because I haven't had time to do long videos, so But as you can see, I'm still in my homie's car. But if y'all do notice something, you don't hear that noise no more. That click a clack a clack, bing 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 bang bang noise. So what happened was, on the passenger side, the strut shot through the top of the car and bent the hood. So the little bit of money I had saved to try to get me a new car, I had to turn around and fix my homie car. I had no choice, I was driving it. You know what I mean? Regardless if it was on its way out or not, I had possession of the car, so I had to take what money I had saved and fix his car, for when I told you I needed to get a new truck. So, like I said, y'all, I don't seem to get my way sometimes. You know what I mean? I mean, everything's a test or whatever. So, it is what it is. I'm going to just try to start saving again or whatever. Yeah. But, again, if anybody want to donate, help out, my Cash App is $Greg, the letter A, 29. My Cash App is $Greg A, 29. If you want to help out, I'm just saying. All right, so let's get into what what this conversation's gonna be about. So, so my main focus lately has been trying to stop people from worshiping the idol. That's been my main focus. Trying to get people to stop worshiping that idol. And, on TikTok, I've had people, there's a lot of people on TikTok that actually don't, they don't believe in the idol, which is good. But there's a lot of people that do. And, logically, what I don't understand about us is this. You got two different books. One book is contradicting the other book. Or one book is before the other book, but it had already pretty much turned through all the truths. Pretty much made all the truths that they say that's in the new book lies. It showed that the lies from the new book. And people just want to disregard what is being said in the Torah. I don't understand that. Like, this is what I'm saying. So that's called selective reading. That means that you want to read and believe what you want to believe. You don't want to hear the words of the Most High. You want to do what you want to do because it's your prerogative. But the bad part is that a lot of us is on this internet telling people to serve this idol and call on this idol in the name of or call on the Most High's name with this idol's name, and telling people they gonna burn in hell and all this bullshit if they don't. Now, I've told people that you will die because the wages of sin is death. And you gotta think, like, my thing is this, y'all, and I'm just being straight out with y'all. Let's just use common sense. We were put in a situation by the Creator, right, for breaking His laws. But the one thing I notice a lot of people don't talk about is that one thing that the Most High constantly speak about that we do or have done, and nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to bring it up, and nobody's paying attention to it, but only a few of us. He constantly bring up idolatry. He constantly talk about, our people running around with other lovers, like being an adulteress, right? And if he's telling you he's going to divorce us because we pretty much was cheating on him, then if that's what we were doing, what do you think you're doing now? What do you think you're doing now? You know what I'm saying? And, you know, they say, you know, the Father's name is hidden and everything. But how is his name hidden if we called by his name? Remember that he said the children of Israel is called by his name. Now, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. And I done told y'all this. I don't think we will ever call Israel. I think we will call by another name. And the best way, I'm going to tell you the best way to find out what his name is to go and read old documentation of when these people were observing what they call the indigenous of this land. So and it's funny that I'm bringing this up because I saw a video where they were showing in Africa. I mean, well, it's Africa, Palestine, or something. We're talking about ancient Israel, right? And they were showing Palestine. How is that? That's not Israel. So I'm looking at the people walking around, and they look like Muslims. So if the people from the 1800s was Israel, why did not one of them have fringes on? The crazy thing about this is, right, you see indigenous Negroes in America wearing fringes with a border of blue. And a lot of us will not accept that this is the land. They want it to be over there. That is the new world. This is the ancient. This is why the temples are made in way better condition. They just made way better. And there's videos out now with showing people that the Egypt over there, they created that. That's not the real Egypt. The real Egypt is here. The Grand Canyon. Is it the Mississippi? It's shit. It's pretty much Egypt. You got an upper Egypt and a lower Egypt here. And then literally tell you that. And then like I don't understand us. Like, that's why sometimes, man, I get upset because it seems like some of us are really dumb. Or either, you know what, I'm not even gonna call us dumb, but it just seems like some of us don't use common sense. So it makes me think about when they talk about the 85% people are followers and 10% are leaders, and and the other 5 is what they call inventors and stuff, like watchers. Because how in the hell do you get freed out of captivity and 40 years later you done built a whole civilization? But they put these laws in place where you can't even do anything, but you build a whole city, town doing better than them with resources and all. How does that make any sense? Wouldn't it make more sense is that we were already here, the town was already here, they just happened to stumble upon it because they thought they decimated everything and they didn't. They thought they took everything and they didn't. And what happened was they seen it and they came and attacked and took that too. And I'm gonna tell you something. You know why a lot of us can't understand how they got this land from us? The same fucking reason why they doing the shit they doing to us right now. Because we can't seem to come together as a people. Now, if when they attacked the first town, the first city, right, and started taking shit, right? If we came together as a nation, none of this shit would have ever happened. But the Most High said he would put an evil eye between us. And that's what's been going. That's our biggest downfall, the evil eye towards each other. That's our biggest downfall. Everybody's envious of everybody. Nobody can have nothing. Nobody can do nothing. Like, listen, my little sister, I got 2 twin sisters, right? One of my sister, she work at SEPTA or whatever, right? And she like kicked in the door. You know, she climbed the corporate ladder. She about to become an AD. And the funny thing is about it, right, is that the position open. She was telling me about this last night. The position open, right? And the people that's over her, the other 8, they would not tell her. They was telling everybody that would not even qualify that it's open. But they knew that if she went and interviewed, because she's so meticulous with her work, like she's very meticulous. And it's crazy, like she was explaining to me how she goes and like with people in training, how she keeps, you know, she keeps a log on what time they came, what she do her job. She do her job to the letter. She's just one of them type of people. You know what I'm saying? And the sad part is that the people that's supposed to be doing, oh snap, the people that's supposed to be doing the her job as far as like keeping documentation of, you know, what time the trainees is coming in and did they pass this, they're not doing their job. She's doing their job. She's doing their job. And when the big wigs call, they can't even call the person that got hired to do that. They call her. And these same people that she helping out, stabbing her in her back. And I had to tell her, like, you need to stop doing that shit. Stop helping people. Stop being nice. But I guess that's in our nature, because I do it too. You know what I mean? But it's sad because right there, how in the hell are you helping somebody and they don't want you to progress? They will not tell you what's up. That's crazy. And then she was telling me about this one chick where this white guy had some type of party, and he's beneath all of them. He's like at the same level as my sister is, and she didn't. I guess he didn't invite her or something happened, and the lady that she literally is helping her with her job, damn near doing her work for her, literally threw in her face talking about, "Wow, I got invited." Like it was a fucking honor and a privilege. Like, so you kick your own people in the back to be happy that you got invited to some Caucasians, man, gathering. Like, I you know, and this is the problem with us. This is what the creator, this is what he said. You're gonna have an evil eye towards your brother. And it goes both ways, y'all, brother and sister. Like, we'll never, until he pull that yoke off our necks, we always gonna be like this. Even if we try to fight them back, it won't happen, because more than 30% of us gonna run over there to them and tell. They gonna snitch. They gonna help them, thinking they gonna get a benefit because of the greed and and no loyalty. Our people, a lot of our people have no loyalty at all. Not even a drop of it. They only loyal to what they want. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad because their logic don't make sense. If somebody's out to destroy you, right? And they're using your people to destroy you, right? Convincing your own people to help them destroy you, right? And you help them. What do you think they're going to do to you once they got rid of the masses of them? Once they are in a safe zone, you really think they're going to treat you like gold? Nah. They going to brutalize the shit out of you. Or probably kill you. And that's the shit I don't understand. It's like, do anybody do any type of critical thinking? Do anybody think and look outside the box and say, all right, look, if I help them do this, what are they going to do to me? Are they going to honor me, or are they going to do what they did to most of my people already? Which what? Kill them, or put them under some type of brutal restraint. And I don't get it. Like, us as a people, we are really simple-minded. We're not together as a people. We really are separated. And you got people up here talking about there's no creator. Well, then explain all these fucking curses. Because you trying to tell me, like, I had one guy get on my thing and tell me, oh, that's a white man book. Okay. So you telling me the white man sat down and went in the future and saw all the shit that we was gonna go through and wrote it in a book and told us exactly what was gonna happen to us. And it happened. That's what you telling me. So you pretty much telling me he's superior than you. But they don't invent nothing. The only thing they are than you is more brutal. They are extremely brutal. They will do some shit you won't. And that's the God honest truth. They will do some shit that you will not. Now tell me I'm lying. They will. They'll do some horrific shit to get a leg up, yeah, they'll fuck you around. But, you know, I mean, if we don't see it, number one is that the number one reason why we are in the state we are in is because of us crying out and worshiping that fucking idol. A lot of our problems will stop if we stop worshiping that idol. And you know, it's funny, right? I'm gonna tell y'all something. We have been tricked so bad that they got you worshiping evil and also calling evil. So you're worshiping evil, right? You're worshiping something that don't exist. And then they got another adversary of the evil one. They created an adversary and they got you fighting against that. So you're just literally stuck in this big ass repetitious circle because you believe in some angel that allegedly supposed to fail, or that was cast out of heaven because he decided he wanted to go to war with the creator. You know what I'm saying? Like, which don't make sense at all. But you listening to this bullshit they telling you. And then the only person that can save you is this so-called alleged son that threw himself in a body that came down and let people beat him up, brutalize him because he wanted to die for your sins and all this stuff, but then you still dying from sin, which don't make no fucking sense. But okay, that's how you feel. That's how you feel. I mean, but when are you gonna sit back and really start to think about and listen to what you're being told and what you believe in? You believe that somebody came and taught y'all the laws that y'all already knew, like, you know, taught you something that was passed down through your forefathers, and you telling me, oh, wait a minute, my fault. Let me go back. So taught you the laws, right? That your forefathers already taught you. Then turn around. You already had a judgment for not keeping the laws and they tell you that no man will save you, right? But then the so-called creator or the creator's son throws himself in the body of a man because he was a man. I don't care how you try to spin it. He bled like a man. He felt pain like a man. He died like a man. That's the thing, right? Right? So he came in a body and died for your sins. Where in the law it tells you that no man can die for your sins, but you trying to tell me it ain't a man. Maybe he was a clone. I don't know. Then, besides that, he died for your sins, and then you dying for your sins too. So my thing is, did he die in vain? Because if you're dying for your sins, what's the point? And then it's like, oh, to reunite you to reunite you to the Father. Well, the Most High don't do sin, so how you gonna get reunited if you still sinning? If you sitting there calling, all right, matter of fact, let me do this. If you sitting there and you calling on, you saying that the JC is the Most High, right? Okay. But the letter J was invented in the 1540s, right? So now you calling on a whole nother name, right? And you saying it was translated, but I've never heard of a name being translated. If you ever watch any type of channel where they sell items and stuff like that, when they're selling the item, they say the name of the item. So if it's Toshiba, they say Toshiba. They don't say Urawa or they say another. They say the name because you won't know what they're selling if you don't say the name. So you're trying to tell me that Jesus is a translated name of the Most High, right? So what you're saying is if I go over to Russia and they ask me my name and I say Greg and he say Godolsky, right? Or something like that, right? So when they say good, or do you think I'm going to respond to somebody calling me Godolsky, or I'm going to respond when they say Greg Gore or Greg? The same thing. That's why the Most High says He's going to save those who call on His name. But it's a lot more than just call His name. You got to keep His ways. You got to, cry out to Him or whatever, and change yourself around to do His will. So if you're calling on a whole name that don't even exist, what are you talking about? You condemn yourself because you're calling on something that don't exist. That means you're calling on an idol. I don't care how you try to spin it. If you're not using the correct terminology, it's not going to work. If you're not doing what the Father say, it's not going to work. So, like, this is the shit I be talking about with us. Like, we really act stupid. Like, we really act like we don't have a lick of common sense. You gotta know the Father's name. And knowing His name is just praying to Him. You gotta have an action. You gotta keep His laws. Because His laws is life. And seeing people say the wages of sin is death. How's the wages of sin? Death. Well, think about it. If you eating the wrong food, right? And it's poison, wouldn't that kill you? Yeah. If you running around sleeping with other men's wives, eventually what's going to happen? You're going to get caught, right? And what you think going to happen? What do you think a man going to do if he see you in the bed with his fucking wife that he love to death? Because the problem is, women don't know this, but men do. When a man loves, he loves. When a man loves, he loves. He might not show it emotionally, but he loves. He will do some shit for his woman if she's in pocket. If she's doing her thing and doing what she's supposed to do, that man will do a lot for that woman. He'll go above and beyond. So, what you think gonna happen? This man catch you in the bed with his fucking wife that he loves to death. Do us part. Wages of sin is death. You're gonna die. He's gonna fucking kill you. And he got a right to, because you violated him. You seen that man's nakedness. And yeah, that go both ways. You don't supposed to look at a man outside his clothes, and you don't supposed to look at his wife outside her clothes. That's what that means. So, that's the wages of sin. You kill yourself. You kill yourself. That's what the Creator talking about. Because the laws are there to keep you alive. They're not there to kill you. They keep you alive. You got a dietary law for certain foods, because some foods will fuck your body up. Some foods will literally destroy your body. So, he gives you a dietary law so you don't eat certain foods. Because some foods are made to clean, certain animals are made to clean the earth. There's a lot going on out here that we just disregard, and we letting strangers, people that don't know nothing about the Most High, He tell you that. Don't nobody know His ways but you. So you got people telling you who you are and what you are and who the Creator is, and they don't know shit about it. Because they up there fucking having, what's that shit called? Holy Communion and shit. Like when they sitting there eating somebody's flesh and drinking their blood, and you don't realize that's a fucking ritual. And you doing this shit. You following behind this sick ass shit they do. Like, at the end of the day, man, when are you going to use common sense? You gotta return and listen. What they'll do is they use that New Testament to trick you. They'll tell you, oh, the laws were too grievous. How the fuck? All right. So that's one of them things, one of them sayings in the New Testament. The Most High laws was too grievous on us, right? Keeping the law was all that bullshit they try to run on you, right? Listen, let me say this to you, right? So what you telling me is that not sleeping with somebody's wife was too hard for you to do? You had to do it? It was just too hard? Not eating pork was too hard. Not stealing was too hard. Not killing your own people was too hard. Not charging interest on your own people, that's too hard too. Only praying in showing respect to your God, the one that has been doing things for you, that's too hard? Having festivals and stuff in honor of your Father, that's too hard, but you can have festivals in honor of a God that ain't even real? Make it make sense to me, y'all. I'm trying to figure this out. How is this shit too hard? How is the Most High's laws too grievous? How? But now, you under these wicked ass people laws, and they telling you that you got to be okay with two dudes being, friends. You got to be okay with eating fucking people, flesh. So what's more grievous? You can't even ride down the street without getting pulled over and getting beat up. I really want to know what is too grievous, because it don't seem like the Most High's laws is that hard. It seemed like their laws are too hard. That's what it seemed like. Oh shit! I think I went down too far. Yeah, it do. It seemed like their laws are way, 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 way more harder than the Creator's. Way more harder. Don't it? That's not the block. Ah, shit. Alright, y'all. I'm gonna let y'all go because I gotta get this address. Alright, y'all. Shalom.